Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Sculpted the Weeping Angels? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story. Now before continuing this, shout out is due. Shout out to Caleb Mia-K9J for suggesting this idea. He basically wanted me to make Naruto into the Doctor from Doctor Who. Look, I haven't watched the series, not completely. I have watched a little bit of shorts and clips. And my two favorite villains from the show that I know of are, well, the Weeping Angels, the stones that look like angels but kill. More like the SCP from the SCP game, from whom you blink or turn away, it appears in front of you. The peanut statue one. I don't know its name, but yeah. Anyways, the other one is the Daleks, I believe. The robots that are killer and can turn humans into robots as well. I might make something akin to that as well in the future, but right now I'm focusing on the Weeping Angels. So yeah, shout out to you. I hope this satisfies you and those who love Doctor Who. Sorry for that I haven't watched the show, but I will try my best to make it in my own way while keeping the theme scary. And one more additional plus point that I need to add is this is a dark story, so heads up. And anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on my What channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, one night after the Kyuubi attack. As we go towards the Konoha's hospital room, in which we see Kushina Uzumaki was resting, and so were her two children, Menma Uzumaki Namikaze and Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Both of them were the Jinchurikis of the Kyuubi. One of them possessed the soul, and one of them possessed the chakra. Minato, in his genius, has decided to split the Biju and its chakra, making sure that the Kyuubi would be weakened and would not be able to attack and harm the kids. And this was his solution. He has asked the help of the Shinigami. But how was he alive? Because in exchange for the help of the Shinigami, it always requested a soul. It was because Minato cut out a deal with the Shinigami. And Shinigami, not one for knowing to cut out deals and sparing a soul, made it and smirked, because Shinigami has vowed that one of his children would unleash something in the world that could be very interesting. And now we see Minato, who was standing at the balcony of the hospital in deep thought while looking at the village which was destroyed and somewhat smoking still, as a voice called him. Minato. Huh? Oh, Sensei, you're here. Of course I am. I heard what happened and got fast as I could here. Yeah, well, you're kind of late though. I knew you would be able to take care of this. I'm glad that you were able to survive this much mess, Minato. Yeah, but she's hurt. Konoha? Yeah, of course it is. But it's gonna need some time to rebuild. Luckily enough, you and I, and everyone here is alive to do that. Thanks to you and Kushina. So, how did you do it? As Minato began to explain, we see Hiruzen arrived. Minato? Ah, Jiraiya, you're here as well, I see. Sensei, how have you been doing? You know, relaxing. As he looked towards his hand, which was old. I haven't felt that kind of adrenaline since the last war. It was kind of a horrific experience, yet nostalgic somehow. I knew you had it in your old bones, Sensei. Still to fight the damn monster. It's not funny, Jiraiya. Many of the shinobis have died. Some of the civilians as well. People are asking for answers. The council is as well, Minato. You have been given enough time to clear your head, but it seems you still haven't. What has been eating you up, son? You haven't told me anything since last night. How did you persuade the Shinigami? I cut it out a deal. What? As both Jiraiya as well as Hiruzen looked towards one another. What kind of deal? Shinigami let me alive when I begged it. In exchange, it said that something would be unleashed that would be quite interesting by my son here. That's it, said Jiraiya as his eyes widened, as if something clicked. What is it, Sensei? To be honest, I'm quite terrified. You don't need to be. It's the prophecy that has been given to me. Shinigami hinted it out. Are you sure about this, Yura? I am 100% sure. I mean, what else it could be? It is mentioned in the prophecy the child of prophecy would save us. We have to be very careful though, because there is other part that I don't want to go into. What is it? If not chosen correctly, the prophecy would turn into a destruction. And it would be the end of the Shinobi Nations. Shinobi Nations? Yeah. So the child of prophecy is the key, meaning if your children are the hinted out by even the Shinigami, it could be either one of them. We just need to be extremely careful in choosing who it is. But Jiraiya, this is quite dangerous. We can't play God and pick up any kid. Yeah, you're right about that, Sensei. So what are we gonna do, Sensei? Asked Minato, since he was the one who was the father and the most conflicted one. We have to observe. Observe for a few years. And then we'll talk. I'll leave you and Sensei to it. I'm gonna go and make sure this doesn't leak out. You contain the damage within, I'll contain with the outside the borders. Alright, Jiraiya. As now we see, Minato and Hiruzen just did that. They arrived inside the hospital room and informed Kushina of what has happened. She was terrified, at the same time quite excited and happy about it. Her sons are going to be the ones who would get to save the world. And as time passed, it was becoming obvious as the children grew who was showing the more result. Well, Naruto was on the artistic side, always drawing something on a piece of paper and less focusing towards the shinobi arts or the shinobi world. Menma, he was all for it, even following in his footsteps and unlocking the chakra at the age of 2.5 years old. Something nobody in the whole elemental nation has achieved. And not only that, he was a prodigy amongst prodigies. That was because he possessed the chakra, huge amount of it, of the Kyuubi no Yoko as well as of his own, which was an amount of ocean in its own right, because he was an Uzumaki. And as time progressed, Menma reached at the age of 5 alongside with Naruto. And now was the time to decide. A sparring session was arranged, but before they even could fight, Naruto gave up. Son, why are you giving up? Asked Kushina. You know it, mother, I never trained. Well, that's your problem now. Fight! We have to fight and decide who gets to lead this clan, who doesn't. You can lead, brother, I'll follow. I don't need to fight you. I'm not interested in being a shinobi. Not at all. Well, that much is obvious then. Who is the child of prophecy and who isn't? Said Minato. What? You idiot! It was a test, said Menma. I told you to train, I forced you to train, and yet you didn't. You ruined it all. Ruined what? You'll find out soon, said Menma as he, being enraged, left. In the evening, Naruto found out that his family was leaving. When asked, when are they going to go, he was informed, you're actually not going, son. You're staying here because it's going to be dangerous out there. As Menma slammed his hands on the table and began to leave, I told you, you damn idiot. That is why I told you to train. And with that, he began to leave, grabbing his bag. I'm already out of here. Take care of your sad damn self, said Menma. Well, Minato and Kushina sighed and looked at him. Look, son, we've given you freedom. As much as you wanted. We let you grow in your own skin. And you have shown us that you are not fit for the shinobi world. And that is why you have to stay here, but you can't stay at home. Why? Why can't I stay at my home? Our home? Because if you stay here, the enemies, they might try to target. Look, Naruto, me and your mother have made a lot of enemies in our life. And because of that, we don't want you to get hurt or injured. That is why you're going to be moved into an orphanage under your mother's name. But Minato, that is basically kicking him out of the clan. As Naruto's heart dropped. You're kicking me out of the clan? No, we're not, son. We're doing this as a form of a disguise. We promise when we return, everything will be back to normal. Menma just has a duty to the whole world. You want to live in a future which is safe, right? As Naruto nodded, then it is for the best that he trains. And so now we see Naruto too went and packed his stuff, and while returning, Menma stood there, his arms folded, leaning against a wall. I told you, you damn idiot. I didn't want you to be left behind. They were thinking of bringing us all four along, only if you had trained. But I never wanted to fight. Listen, Naruto, you're my brother. The only one I can say is my best friend, and closest to best friend I got. The only one I can trust out there. Because you're my brother. That is why I wished you. Forget it. You ruined it. As Naruto hugged his brother, who was always enraged and always forcing him to train, now Naruto understood why his older brother was trying his best. His older twin, at least. As Menma hugged back, I'm gonna miss you, you damn idiot. Just focus on your skills. You are very good at painting as well as sculpturing. I guess you should become one. You know, maybe I would. Then you better be the best damn one out there when I return. That's a challenge I'm willing to accept. Good to know. You have to bear with it for a few years. I'm gonna miss you. Me too. And so, Menma and Naruto hugged once more and then returned. And Menma nodded to him and left, outside where Jiraiya was waiting. Naruto was stopped by his parents. Listen, son. I want you to know that you can trust Hiruzen-sama here and Kakashi-ni-san of yours. Both of them are going to stay here and watch over you. If you have any problem, just come to them. And whatever you choose, remember we always will be proud of you. I understand. You guys just go and focus on what you want to do, I guess. And so now we see Naruto and Hiruzen watched as Minato, Kushina, and Jiraiya left with Menma. As soon as they left, Hiruzen then turned towards Naruto. Now, dear boy, let's get you settled into your temporary new home. And they begin to move towards apartment complex. Aren't we going towards... You're not staying in the damn orphanage. I'm giving you your own apartment, son. Can it be a small shed then? With a huge opening? Why do you want something that? Said Hiruzen, stopping. I want to become a sculptor. A sculptor, you say? That is quite a nice profession, and there are little to no sculptures around in the land of fire, so you can make quite a lot of earnings there. How do you came by this? Actually, I used to sculpt from mud and a lot of sculpturing designs as well. But you have ever used a chisel and a hammer? Sometimes, yeah. Look, I'll give you a stone, a block of it. If you're able to create something that feels alive, then I'll consider. You have 1 month. I'll give it to you tomorrow with the tools. Thank you, Hiruzen-sama. You can call me Didi, kid. Thanks, Didi. Where do you think you're running off to? Apartment? No, you're staying at my home. I want to see just how good you do. And so now we see. That is what Hiruzen did. He allowed Naruto to stay at his home where he met Asuma and Konohamaru and his mother. Konohamaru tagged along behind him like an older brother. A little brother following his older brother. While Naruto, he was focusing on building something. So he did. He built Enma's statue, and placed it on a stand. As seeing this, even Enma was impressed. I am impressed. It almost feels like it's alive and looking at a reflection. How did you came by this, young one? I believe we haven't met. I actually have seen your picture once. Picture? Yes. Hiruzen-sama has it. Have you forgotten, Enma? Back when we were young. Ah, I see. I'm honored that I am the worst thing that you have replicated and created in your art form. I wish you grow more. As Hiruzen was impressed, and Naruto was granted, and even a fund was granted, and Naruto began to make his own designs. He made angels which were weeping sometimes smiling, and sometimes looking as if they were staring into your soul. Naruto was fascinated by them to the point that he did not know why. As if something possessed him, he was able to do that. Hiruzen and the others were impressed. They thought that Naruto was born from natural talent, but the civilians weren't. They found it creepy, and one of them, even in a drunken state, destroyed it and vandalized some others. Naruto was heartbroken. I want the man who did this found. We don't know who it is. The civilians denied it. Every last one of them did. And that was the biggest mistake. Because what Naruto had created was not just statues. They were housings. Housings for the demons that have attached themselves to Naruto. And have influenced Naruto to create them into their best images. And seeing that one of them have crumbled and were vandalized, they were enraged. As the night fell, we see the same drunken man was passing by. As suddenly, he stopped. Everything was silent, dead drop silent. Nobody was outside as he stopped and looked behind to see that in a corner alleyway, standing right in front of him was a statue as he literally jolted and jumped back. What the hell? What the hell does this piece of shit is doing here? He broke his bottle over its head, breaking its nose. Serves you right, you damn piece of shit. As he began to walk, he crossed another alleyway and the same statue was standing there. Huh? Wait. What is going on? Didn't I pass through here? What the hell? He stood there and pissed on it, and then began to stumble back towards his home. As soon as he opened the door room and went inside and turned on the lights, in the living room was the same statue. What the hell? Now he was fully awake. How did this get here? Is this some sort of a prank? Who is doing this? Oi, quiet down, you bastard! Shut up! As he said that and looked in front, the statue had moved from the corner to right in front of himself. And at that moment, the man was shocked and scared, and even jumped back. But in doing so, he blinked. Crack. A cracking sound was heard, and the statue vanished. And the next morning, Anbu's as well as Hiruzen was standing there. The man had a horrified expression. His face was twisted. His neck was torn off. And he smelled like someone has pissed on him. And his body was vandalized as well. Who could have done this? This is beyond cruel. Some sort of sociopath or a demon maybe. Yeah, I guess you're right. I want his full body to be examined, and if any fingerprints or something akin to it is found, I want it to match with our database, and I want some sort of answers, and fast. But unfortunately for Hiruzen, nothing was found. Not even a single trace of anything was found. Back at home, Naruto found his statue destroyed. Huh? What the hell? Did someone vandalize it? And Naruto began to draw from a small block, chip out slowly the new nose, and glued it alongside with some cement mixture back, making it brand new, and washed out each and every of the statues and sat down with them. You guys might be the only things that I love after my family, because you all are like my friends and family in a sense. As some kids passed by, ha! Look at that idiot over there talking to his statues. What a weirdo. As the kids mocked him as Naruto looked down. I heard his family abandoned him here. Sucks to be born into the Hokage's family if you're only left to be abandoned. As they laughed, as Naruto clenched his hands and jaw, but sighed. They're gonna come back. I just have to wait. Yeah, they will. As now we see, it was nighttime again. The statues have heard, and they were not pleased. And they moved when the night shadow moved. Next morning, the mangled bodies of the kids as well as of the families were found. Not a single soul was left alive. No traces whatsoever. Nobody could find out who it was or what could have done it. Hiruzen was confused and now pinching the bridge of his nose. Who could have been behind this? This is insane. First that drunken man and now these families. We need answers, and now. Within 1 week, a lot of deaths have already occurred. As after that, Hiruzen was passing by, deep in thought of who could have done that. As he arrived near Naruto's home, in which he had built his statues. Ah, Naruto, how are you doing today, my dear boy? Ah, Gigi, come sit. I just made some lemonade. Would you like some? Yeah, I could go for some. As a cold glass of lemonade was poured for Hiruzen, he took it down and then placed the glass on the table. His expression was serious, as if in deep thought. Naruto asked, Gigi, are you alright? No, my dear boy. You shouldn't worry. You have made quite amazing creations there. You're like my friends. You do know that you have to make something to sell, right? How would you survive otherwise? Oh, I have. I've made these vases and other stuff. Pottery? Yeah, I have also started to make them. They're quite good, and they sell. Yeah, vases and other pots are quite needed by everyone. I'm happy that you're doing this, but what about these all? What are you gonna do with these statues? There's several of them now. Yeah, I made quite a lot, didn't I? It's kind of a hobby of mine, I guess. And they're like a family to me. As Hiruzen softened and smiled, then keep them, my son. You don't need to worry about anything. Your parents would come alongside your brother. Yeah, it's just... I wish people would stop bothering me. What? What do you mean? A few kids last evening came by and threw a rock at me and yelled at me and told me that father and mother left because they saw me as useless. That is not what has happened. Your parents have left because they were after a prophecy to fulfill. And your life was in danger. Danger from who? From Kumo and Kiri. Those two villages are the enemies of your parents, and there are a lot of other people and assassins out there who would take you out to get ransom or to get back at your parents. Hiruzen had blurted these words out, but unfortunately for him, the statues were listening. They always were. To them, Naruto was the one who was their family, the one they adored, and they wouldn't let anything happen to him. Anything at all. And so, once Hiruzen left, the night fell. He was inside his office and rubbing his temples as a whisper in the wind called to him. Who else? Huh? Who said that? Hiruzen was on alert. I need to go home and rest. And so that is what Hiruzen did. He went home and rest. But in that dream he saw himself being strangled by one of the statues that Naruto made. When he woke up, it was already morning, and an envoy was standing nearby. Hokage-sama, what? I arrived just now, and found you in that dream-like state and was shocked. It was a dream. A nightmare, more like it. What is it? Just tell me, said Hiruzen, trying to calm his nerves. Iwagakure. It has vanished. What? What do you mean it's a ghost town now? What are you talking about? The streets have been painted red with blood. All of them are dead. Not a single one have spared. And the bandits as well as the rogue ones, their bodies have been... You just come and see. And Hiruzen arrived at the gates of Konoha, where, tied with the veins of the trees, next to the trees outside of Konoha, were hanging upside down the bodies of all the ones who have betrayed and turned rogue of Konoha. As Hiruzen was in deep shock, Back at Naruto's apartment, the statues have returned as if they have never moved. Hiruzen, he was a professor for nothing. He had a dream, more like a nightmare, so he arrived there just to check and see if things were as they were seemed. Once arrived there, he saw Naruto washing his statues. Naruto? What are you doing, my dear boy? Ah, Gigi, you're here. Everything alright? You look out of breath. Want me to make you some lemonade or tea? No, I'm fine. I just wanted to check up on you. Listen, Naruto. Have any of your creations gone missing? No, all of them are here. I count them. All 50 of them are here. 50? Yeah. They're quite heavy, to be honest. And quite, delicate. So, yeah, I don't think any of them are missing. Good to know. That is when he began to inspect and see one of the statues that Naruto hasn't cleaned yet was covered in red. He took one of his napkins and cleaned it, and then wrapped it up in his hands. Is everything alright? Yeah. The statues, they are dirty. Someone vandalized them again. I don't know why people do that. I get it, they don't like it. Some even call them creepy, but to me they're beautiful, as they are. Indeed, they are beautiful. That I can agree with. Well, my dear boy, I have something urgent. But what about the lemonade? How about you enjoy it for my sake as well? As Naruto was left there, as Hiruzen left, and then arrived inside the office. I want you to examine this. Let me know if it is paint or blood. Huh? I can tell you right now, it's blood. Blood? I see. As Hiruzen then arrived inside the Hokage office, Anbus, as an Anbus squadron was summoned. It was Tenzo and his squad. Hi, Hokage-sama. I want you to go and monitor Naruto. Is something wrong with him? Is he under trouble? Ask Kakashi. No, Kakashi, and you stay outside. I have other orders for you. I want Tenzo to take the charge here and monitor not Naruto but the statues there if they move in the night time. Move? How can they move? Just do as I say. And once the team left, Kakashi remained. I want you to take a camcorder and hide, masking your chakra, even your breath, and monitor the Anbus and the statues. And whatever you do, to not engage. You're scaring me, Hiruzen-sama. I know. I might have discovered something sinister. Something very sinister. And I just hope and pray it's just my imagination. Is it about the nightmare you had? Yeah. Alright then. And so, the night time came. For a whole week, they monitored. Nothing had happened. Films were filled with nothing but the footages of the statues standing still. That is, until one night when a drunken man stumbled and was defiling the wall in which the statues rested against. The Anbus were watching, masking their chakra, and so could be said for Kakashi, who was even more vigilant. In a blink, crack sound filled out the air, and the statue had changed his position, and then returned back in a blink of an eye. That is when chills ran down to the guts and spine of every one of them, and they escaped. Every last one of them did. What the hell was that? Said one of the Anbus. Look, all of you go home. I'll go to Hiruzen-sama, and I'll show him the proof that he wants. And so Kakashi arrived. Well, the others tried to leave, but each and every statue was waiting for them. Kakashi just got lucky that he didn't return home, or otherwise things could have been different. But once inside the Hokage office, Kakashi found Hiruzen seated in darkness. Hokage-sama. Yes, Kakashi. Did you get the proof? Yes, I did. What did you find? A statue. It moved. Ah, I see. Leave the cam here, and you can leave. And so, Kakashi left as well. But once he returned, he too was killed. And in the moonlight, when emitted, a statue was seen standing behind Hiruzen, who was dead, his eyes rolled back, and his heart stabbed out. And the camcorder, it disappeared. Next morning, the news broke the whole Konoha. Some of the elite Anbus and Kakashi Hatake, all of them were killed, alongside with Hiruzen Sarutobi. Naruto was shocked and beyond sad. Minato and the others were contacted and were told to return. The whole village was in heavily lockdown. The council was discussing what could have led to this, but no proof so far has been found. But as Minato and the others returned, Naruto was happy to see his family, but he was ignored. Ignored because the situation was worse. Way worse than they have imagined. As Naruto had returned home, only to find that Minato and Kushina, they were not pleased. Not now, son. We are busy with that headache of our own. At least have some lemonade. You have been stressing. Not now, son. I told you, please. I apologize. That boy. He's getting on my nerves now. I don't want to, but... Calm down, Minato. The boy's just trying to appease you. He's sad too, but he's coping. Naruto turned towards the only source of peace that he had left, the statues. He cried next to them as they surrounded him. Huh? Weird. Why are they always here? As Naruto then slept there that night, in peace. One remained next to Naruto as if guarding, the one with the open wings, shouting over him, "We protect you." The one whispered while the others moved, and the next morning the biggest disaster came. Minato, Kushina, Menma, Jiraiya, and the whole council was found dead. All of them. And at that moment, Konoha, some of the civilians saw the statues moving and returning to Naruto. They labeled him as a wizard, a demonic wizard who has done this. But that is when the statues move in the broad daylight, when Naruto was being burned. They saved him, but he needed healing. And that day, they turned into the monsters of the weeping angels. And what followed suit was the demons in the statue's form multiplying and being released to the world, while their creator, it now rested in a comatose state, a state that was so horrific that no human would dare survive, but they made him survive. And Naruto was healing as well. Kurama, watching this from inside Naruto, pushed for the child to survive and live on. And Naruto was trying, but he was afraid as well. But so was Kurama, because what he had created were not just statues with soul. They were the housing of the demons that would crush each and every one who tried to oppose him, because they were not only obsessed but loved him and adored him like someone of their own. And they did not like anyone hurting their own. As now we see, the whole elemental nation, the fear was spread. The myth had turned into a reality, and the people feared each and every night. They avoided the statues, which roamed each and every street of elemental nation, hunting them. Some tried to destroy them, but they couldn't. The statue would just resurrect. If one falls, 10 will rise. That is what was going on, and because of that, thousands, if not hundreds of them, have appeared everywhere. The whole elemental nation was now in a chokehold, and the only man who could stop them was in a comatose state. Why? Because of people of Konoha who all had died down. As this is where I'm going to be living the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Made What If channel as well. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.